Hello and welcome back to another Murders at Karlov Manor draft video. Today we are getting back into the format, continuing our quest to draft white cards every time. That's the current goal, current state of the format on day one. I don't know what was going on with that, but classic little maneuver there. Yeah, basically, you saw yesterday. If you saw yesterday's video, we had a lot of success with the detectives deck. Wouldn't be opposed to trying to replicate that success today. Uh, but who knows? It's still really early in the format. Nothing concrete at the moment. But certainly a lot of interesting stuff going on. Early on, we sort of have another very similar situation where the white, it's going to be like the white aggro stuff is good early. We'll see if that can continue. I mean, last format that was not the case late, or even like past week one. Can't take a white card here. I think we're just going to take Gadget Technician. Sudden Setback's an okay card. I think I want to take Gadget Technician because it's the most flexible of these cards. It can be blue, it can be red, it can kind of be whatever you need. Vengeful Tracker's okay. I think you could take Vengeful Tracker. It is a 2-drop that is acceptable, but I think Gadget Technician's a better card. I think it's better than Fairy Snoop as well. Rare is just kind of not really that interesting. And yeah, I don't know. Let's take the Gadget Technician and start off with the morph here. Drown in the Lock. Oh wow, there's a Unyielding Gatekeeper. Oh wow, this is actually really interesting. Interesting pick. So Drown in the Lock, not very good in this format, I don't think. It's also in blue-black, so I'm definitely not going to take it over one of these cards. I want to try out the Gatekeeper. I think this card is also pretty decent. I've heard good things about it. I mean, Gatekeeper versus Novice Inspector. I actually, genuinely, if I'm going to be 100% honest with you, I think Novice Inspector is likely to be the better card. In terms of, just straight-up pure win rate. But I don't know. I want to try out the Gatekeeper, so we're going to take the Gatekeeper. And try it out, and I want to see how good it feels to play with. So this is interesting here. The best card, I think, is Leering Onlooker. Probably. I like Deduce more than some. This card's okay, Candlestick's kind of okay, Chases On's okay, Tipster's alright. I don't really want to be getting into green for Tipster. I think, I kind of just want to be avoiding black at this stage of the format. I'm a little concerned that I mean, this is kind of like a 1-3. It doesn't really block very well. The graveyard stuff isn't really working. I think I'm gonna leave. I think I'm just gonna leave the equity of this card being good on the table and take either Night Watch or Deduce. I like Deduce. Is it actually good? I don't know. I think I'm just gonna take. I mean, this card's good too. Maybe I should just take the Night Watch. It's like my third morph in 3 picks, but I think that's. Oh well, I guess we're taking Deduce. I guess we are taking Deduce. I think we're just going to go straight to the inside source here with Stromkirk Captain, special guest extraordinaire Stromkirk Captain. I think this is a pretty easy inside source. All 3 drops so far. And, Cornered Crook I think is pretty good. So you can sacrifice an artifact. If you do, it deals 3 damage to any target. Now, my deck doesn't have a ton of artifacts right now, but I mean, I think it's better enough than Escape Tunnel, and I can be red with Gadget Technician. I could also be blue, but I think we're just going to take a card that ostensibly looks pretty good to me. I do like Escape Tunnel quite a bit, but I've played against this card a couple of times, and it wasn't actually super impressive, but I think that may have, you don't want to take too much from a 1-game sample size there. And we want to try it out. Here I'm going to take Market Watch Phantom over these red cards that are, I think, a little bit too slow and, janky. The Dronesmith, works with this card, but, I mean, Phantom's going to go in every deck and it's a 2-drop. Eliminate the Impossible, also pretty good. This card has impressed me slightly so far. It's been, okay. Which is not, high, damned with faint praise or whatever, but, not anything super interesting. Interesting pick here. What do you do? What do you do with this pick? So I could take the Investigators. I think they're fine. The Defenestrated Phantom I've found to largely just not be very good, so I don't really want to take that. I don't want to get into green for this card. It's a 5-drop. The Braggart is okay, and the black, like these cards are okay. I think I'm just gonna take the Braggart. I don't really need another red 5 though. And this card's okay. Like it bounces. I'll take the Braggart. I think it's like maybe alright. Oh, now we're gonna take Auspicious Arrival. Look at that card's house. Look at this double rope. Look at that. Love to see the double rope. I'm glad they finally added like the representation of foils on Arena. I mean, obviously it's not, you can't see that they're foils, right? You can't see them, but now you can have 2 cards in the same pack that are the same card. And I think that's pretty, like, I don't know. I like that reflects how the real drafts are, right? I think that's pretty good in my opinion. So as of right now, I don't have a ton of artifacts to sacrifice to this. I have the Gadget Technician, I have Phantom. I'm not super sure I'm going to be playing this. I'm not super sure the blue's that open, so we'll see. Vengeful Tracker, totally playable card. I haven't actually played with it, but I think the opponents sacrificing artifacts, it does come up with clues and such, but okay, I don't think it's not like it's nice, but it's not like game breaking or anything. But it's a 2-drop you can play, and it's not. I don't think it's completely a disaster. I don't think it's as good as like Market Watch Phantom, for example. Market Watch Phantom. This card has been better than even I expected. I thought it was gonna play more like Candle Grove Witch, but it kind of just turns out that it's a lot easier to enable than Candle Grove Witch in the early game, which is when it sort of matters. I don't want any of these cards. Definitely don't want this card. I guess we'll take this guy. Oh, Chases On's pretty good. I want to try it out too, so let's take that. The stick. Blue not seems. I mean, I don't know what, openness in early part of the format's not necessarily super easy to figure out. Oh wow. Okay, this is a hashtag not correct moment. Last pick, Escape Tunnel. So I don't think I'm going to be able to cast Vanifar with my start, and also there's a Novice Inspector in this pack, so I think I'm just going to take the good card. We're pretty far away from blue-green, and it also is a blue-green card, so you do have to kind of keep that into consideration. The Haunch would be okay, too. I don't think it's going to wheel, but I think it would be. I wouldn't be sad if it did. 2 Phonius Rages. I think I'm going to take a convenient target because one of these is going to come back, like almost for sure. And I tried this out, and I didn't love it. I think these cards might even be better than convenient target. So maybe I'm supposed to just take one of these. Put this on the board. I think we're pretty in on red weight. I think these things are pretty okay. I want to try out convenient target again. We're gonna just do the thing that you're not supposed to do. So I'm gonna take Binding. Binding versus Red Herring, I think, is kind of the pick here. I think Binding is really solid. And I've been happy with it. Red Herring seems good. I think it's a good 2-drop, but I think people may underrate it to the point that it might wheel. So I'm going to just take Binding. Now Red Herring would also be good with like the Cornered Crook too, so like that was another thing to think about. I could have thought about a little bit more. I don't think it really bad. One card synergies tend to not really be super something that you should be like caring about. Another Auspicious Arrival. Card's like a house. Private Eye here too. I don't really want to splash that card though, so we'll just take the good cards. Am I just going to continue to take the good cards? I mean, I think Auspicious Arrival is better than Chases On, and we're just loading up on combat tricks a little bit here. Maybe a little too many at the moment. We'll see if that's gonna end up being a problem or not. You do need 2 1-drops and 2-drops to support these cards, but they are good cards if you can support them. So it's nice. One of the nice things about Gadget Technician I've found is that with this card specifically, I've wanted to be able to cast it. So because I have an Escape Tunnel, I can include like 1 island and it's fine. I think that actually tends to be pretty good, especially if you get like 2 of them. It's worth including an island in your deck, just to be able to cast like the front side of it sometimes. So I don't really love any of this. There's like Demand Answers. Demand Answers with convenient targets kind of cute. I have done that. I don't love it. Expose the Culprit I think is largely terrible. On the Job I think my deck just isn't like we have one inside source. I don't think that's really happening in this deck. So, all right, we'll take this guy. I don't think this. I mean, honestly, like I'm gonna be real. The sacrificing artifact stuff doesn't happen that often. I do like this Vigilante more than the Braggart, though, for sure. The Vigilante has been pretty impressive as a 5-drop. Nothing comes back. So we take... I mean, these cards are all actually not terrible. I'm going to just take this card, though, and put it in the sideboard. Oh, ooh, tough pick here. So Granite Witness versus the Haunch. I want Granite Witness, actually. I think I want Granite Witness. Yeah. So the Haunch is fine, but I actually don't have that many creatures right now. What do you do here? I guess I'll just take the whatever. I'm not playing any of them. So I did take Granite Witness over the Haunch, and now I'm definitely going to play one island with the Escape Tunnel. I currently have a bunch of combat tricks and not as many creatures, and ooh, Phoenix. Phoenix time. When it dies, you can exile it and collect evidence 4 if you do return to the battlefield. So it's just, resilient threat. Market Watch Phantom also very good. I don't think it's going to come back. Gadget Technician in here too, but I want to play with the rare, so we're going to take the rare. Is the rare like necessarily that great? I don't know. I mean, maybe this Gatekeeper. I think the Gatekeeper in this deck and in most decks is probably supposed to just be a 2-mana 3/2 most of the time, but we'll see. That's a Gear Drake. So there's Hustle Bustle. I don't think this card's great. It's also been wheeling a lot. Goblin Warchief. I'm gonna just take the Gear Drake. I don't think I'm gonna be able to cast it, but I am probably playing one island already. Maybe we bump that up to 2 islands and play Gear Drake. Oh, that's a Kaya. How many different lands do I want to play? I'm going to take the Kaya. I don't really want any of these other cards. Like, I don't need 4th Auspicious Arrival. Hellion's not super great in this deck. And there's not anything else I really want. So I'm going to take the Kaya. I don't think we're going to be able to cast it, but... yeah, I'll take the Scapegoat here. Oh, wait, there's a Maverick Thopterist. This card's great, although I don't have a lot that works. Like, I have some, like... I'm just going to take the Goat, because it's definitely going to make my deck, and I don't have to worry so much about, the whatevers and the whatevers. So how bad do I need a 2-drop? Because Gadget Technician's pretty good, and is better than both of these 2-drops, in, like, the abstract. But I think I just need a 2-mana play. This card I don't think is especially great in my deck. Do I just need a 2-mana play? Like... Alright, well, I guess we're auto-taking the Gadget Technician, so... There was nothing that could have been done. Alright, well, now I can take Escape Tunnel and try to play Kaya. I'm gonna take the Escape Tunnel. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna play... I mean, this deck looks like an aggro deck. I know that it, like, kind of, like, just looks that way. I don't necessarily think that it has to be that. This is a pack of cards. We'll take another Gadget Technician. Just... More is better. I could just put the Kaya in the sideboard and just play like 2 islands. I'd be pretty happy. I think I'm probably gonna do that, although this card is good. Oh wow, Market Watch Phantom coming back is a gift. I don't want 4th Gadget Technician over Market Watch Phantom. I just don't think that's super intelligent. Have to play 1 Swamp. And then I'd be playing... I mean, I think I kind of want to just... So Mask Maker is kind of interesting, and I actually think this could be a decent deck for it. Orangutan is fine. I'll take the Orangutan. Orangutan, I don't know. Just stacking them in the sideboard. Oh, that actually could make the deck too. Lots of choices. So we're definitely gonna play at least 1 island. So this is the mana base that Arena has recommended for me. What does it look like on sources? Well, it's 8 red, 7 white, 5 blue, 1 black. Don't think I need this. I don't think I want 3. So I have, like, chases on. I think this card is, like, probably just better than chases on. So I'm probably just going to actually cut chases on as well. Because I have 2 arrivals and a felonious rage. I don't know. Because it's felonious, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to do pronunciation here. How good is the Kaya? Like, let's just, you know, we can ask the question right now. If I'm playing Kaya, I'm going to cut this Umber Belt Braggart, I think. This Cornered Crook is probably going to be pretty good in my deck. I definitely want to play Gear Drake. I definitely want to play, like, some islands. 2, I think, is the number I want. Yeah, I think 2 islands is the number I want. 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 4 blue. If I cut this swamp, I get to have 1 more mountain. And, well, I get to have 1 more mountain in my deck, I think. And then, if I have 1 more mountain in my deck, Kaya. This is like the real question is this deck like aggressive or not, or is this just kind of a mid-rangey value, whatever deck? There's also this orangutan. Do I have enough artifacts for it? I don't even think I really have enough artifacts for the orangutan. Demand answers, are we interested in that? I do have this. I do have like the 1 convenient target. I'm down to only 3 tricks. I could probably play more tricks than that. Got the orangutan. This is probably my max, though. Playing Kaya, or are we not playing Kaya? I mean, it's really good. I don't... See, the thing is, this deck doesn't need to splash the Kaya to be strong, right? I don't need to... Like, this thing just does nothing. I don't really want to play it either way. Like, if I'm cutting Kaya, I'm going to put in Seasoned Consultant, I think. Because it's a 2-mana play. 3, 4, 5-ish 2s. I kind of want another one. I wouldn't mind it. These are all, like, on 3. I can morph them. Okay, let's just go through the Kaya. Whenever one of our creatures you control and our creature cards in your game are put into exile, you may choose a creature from among them until end of turn target token you control becomes a copy of it, except it has flying. So you can plus it to make a 1/1 flyer. You can surveil 2 and exile a card from a graveyard. I can exile a creature I control and then exile a creature that my opponent controls. It's just super unnecessary. It's just so... I think this Scapegoat's okay. I don't know. It's just such an unnecessary card in this deck. I'm not making my mana that much worse. Alright, you know what? Let's try it. Let's try it. You're not supposed to do... like, definitely not supposed to do this, right? You're definitely not supposed to play the Kaya. I do think 2's the right number of islands, though. Because the mana... I don't think this card... Like, I guess, if this card were literally the best card in the set, I think it's probably worth playing. The question is it the best card in the set? And I don't... My evaluation skills are not gonna be good enough. So it's 4 mana, essentially 4 loyalty, make a 1/1 flyer. It's not horrible. It can exile stuff, but the word comes into play. To run 1 swamp. My deck is so good without it. Like, I can just play this, like, medium to bad 2-drop, and my deck is just great. And I have all this... You know what? You know what? We're being responsible today. Although, I guess I'm supposed... No, I think I still want the red because of these double red pips. I'm being responsible. I'm not playing the Kaya. Time to go 0-3 and lose everything, but... I just, like, this is a deck that is technically kind of aggressive. I mean, we are playing 3 colors, but my first draft in this format, I trophied leaving Tolsimir in the sideboard. Let's see if we can trophy leaving Kaya in the sideboard. I don't know. I think you could play it. I just don't think I need to. It's kind of my thing here. I just don't really feel like I need to do that. All right. Well, escape tunnel on 1, go get an island, and then I guess I'm just gonna do this because I'm gonna do it. So might as well just not waste everybody's time, huh? All right. Well, now I have regrets, but whatever. We live and we breathe. You are gonna get to be in play. And I have a couple of good tricks next turn I can use, or I can play the Vengeful Tracker. It's kind of awkward with this and this. Opponent. Going to pass here. Interesting. I guess I'd rather play the Market Watch Phantom. Because it's likely to be able to attack. I mean, all the cards... Oh, they're just off it. Okay, well. Probably... Should the opponent have kept their hand, meter is on firmly on no so far. Yeah, alright. Clearly right decision was made. So we've already seen one of the foibles of having the island on the deck. With drawing the double red Phoenix guy. And that's why I have an extra mountain as opposed to an extra plains, but yeah. It obviously didn't matter, but could have mattered. The fact that they just like were like, oh, I'll just do nothing, and then I kept a hand that literally did nothing. I don't know. Interesting move. Speaking of keeping hands that literally do nothing, I'm gonna keep this hand that literally does nothing. Probably. Can I do that? I mean, this... Okay, so... If they mulligan, I'm gonna probably... I kind of want to mull this hand. I have 1 color. I have no plays until turn 3. Yeah, I'm gonna mull this. This is much better. Seasoned Consultant can go, I think. Yeah, this card's probably my worst in my hand. I'm pretty glad I mulliganed that hand. That hand was pretty bad. Just not having a play until turn 3 is kind of a nightmare. That's sort of annoying. I could just play this as a 3-2. I'm gonna play the Phantom. I might end up regretting that. We'll see. The thing is, next turn if I don't draw a land, I can just play Vengeful Tracker and give it flying. So it's not like a complete disaster. This does have later game application. Oh, they just started to find their lands, sure. And if they block, that would be great for me. I don't think they're gonna block. So then they take away their fixing if they block. They didn't. And then I'm just gonna play Vengeful Tracker because of the just because they have the clue on board and they are missing land drops, so it's gonna likely deal damage to them in a lot of spots. I don't love that for me. What's going on? Oh. Well, I can convenient target on my Market Watch Phantom, and then they could double block it, I guess. Could attack with both and then Auspicious Arrival, whichever one they blocked with the 2-1. Or I could just play Gatekeeper and, like, not do that. I could just let them trade the 2-1 with something and then just play Gatekeeper. I think I like just letting them trade the 2-1 with the Vengeful Tracker, and then I get to play Gatekeeper. I think that's okay. They surveilled a land on the top, which we know, because otherwise they wouldn't have put it on top. What is going... Is there like a free spell in this format that I don't know about? just gonna play a 3-2. We're just gonna play a 3-2. They did, yeah. So okay. Then the only thing they're surveilling top is land. So we knew they had a land on top. That is unfortunate. Yep, pretty bad. Not drawing the third land here is causing me problems. So they're probably just going to block the gatekeeper with the 2-2. Yeah, I think we gotta live with that. I think I have to live with that as being like my lifestyle. I do have makeshift binding to kill their of this. It's interesting. Why did they block like that? I don't know. Either way, we're just gonna kill the unicorn. So they can make something have flying, but I do have this binding when I inevitably draw my third land eventually someday. And I have convenient target. I'm just gonna make a 4/4 flyer. Sure. Come on, lands. Come on, lands. Already found a land. Yeah, I'm down to just binding that, I think. Yeah, let's just binding the 4/4 flyer. Not really a reason to attack with the 2/2 because they're not blocking it. Or they just block it. Sorry. Alright, we did find a way to deal with the flyer, which is pretty good. And then now I can inside source next turn, which means that I can get my Market Watch Phantom going. Opponent is finding more lands. Ooh. Yeah, I'm just gonna play this, I think. The Gatekeeper, do I want to trade off the 3/2? I think I do, yeah. I think they're like, I think I'm the aggressor, and it makes their future blocks. It means A, they're not going to get to loot as much in the future, and B, like if they don't trade, I'm getting in for 5, which is a lot. Yeah, and then now they're just going to die to convenient target. So I can just go like Gadget, and then this thing goes phase 2. Tolsimir, I see, I see. That makes things a lot more difficult, doesn't it? Makes things a lot more difficult. Well, I suppose I want to play Granite Witness face down because I can actually flip it face up. And they're gonna, well, the problem is that they're gonna force me to block. Well, actually, no, they have to pay a bunch of mana to do that. Yeah, I think this is fine. Hit them for another 2. I think the Tolsimir. Time to potentially die. Tolsimir is going to make me block poorly. They're going to force me to block the wolf with something. I can flip up my... They're going to just pay this. Okay. Alright. And I think I'm just going to block like this. They can have one trick, but then they lose one of their creatures. Oh, that's a nightmare. That's a disaster. That's the one that I didn't think that they would have because I forgot about it. Its existence. Real question. How do I win this game? Well, first of all, I'm gonna cry. I think that's probably a reasonable alternative. They're gonna just be able to force me to block this with the thing. I'm so close to just being able to like kill them, but I'm like a little bit short. Just like a little bit short. I guess I could wait on this, fetch a blue. No, but I can't sack my artifact is the problem. And they're going up to like 9 here. And I have to do this or else, well, yeah, then they can just block it. And getting mana screwed this game was really not what I needed. They're just gonna force me to block with the 2/2 again. And then I'm gonna die. Well, they're either forcing me to block with the 2/2 or they're forcing me to block with that. I don't think there's like a good line for me, unfortunately. I think I kind of am just like in a bad spot. Alright, we're just gonna play this. Yeah, unfortunately they can just do the same thing they did last turn, hit me for 3, and then I'm like just gonna die. Man, this card, I mean, that was just the worst. I mean, I didn't... I could have not blocked the Tolsimir, like, to play around exactly this card, which I didn't know that it existed, but, like, at the same time, what are you gonna do, right? So I think I'm actually gonna go fetch red here with the escape tunnel because of the Phoenix. I'm gonna pay it. I understand that. I'm taking 8 million. They're going up to 7, which is more than I can really afford to like kill them. Like I can't really deal with it. Man, this is brutal. If they have removal for the Market Watch Phantom, I'm just dead. I guess I could keep this around and try to say that I have like a thing that's power 2 or less, but I can't really. I have to go fetch a red. I just do. Oh, is that? It's not lethal. It's not lethal. Man, I'm dead. I can't get there. I don't have enough juice because I just don't have enough mana. Like if I had enough mana, I would have been able to do stuff, but I don't have enough. I can put this up to 3 and then go to 5, but I am just dead. Tolsimir too good. Tolsimir too good. What else is there to say? God, I mean Tolsimir wasn't even the reason they won that game. They won that game because I just was stuck on 2 lands forever. I mean they were stuck on 2 lands as well, but I was never not stuck on them. They eventually got out of it. We were so close. I was so close. All I needed was just to have like one turn sooner of stuff, right? I was like I was like 1 land away from probably just winning that game. But that's how it goes sometimes. You can't always draw what you want, right? Interesting question of what I'm supposed to do on turn 3 here. Cryptics, oh no. Oh, yes, the nuts. The nuts. I think I want to play... I think I want to play Gadget Technician, actually. I know it looks kind of weird, but... I think I want to do this. Get the beats rolling. I don't know what this Cryptix is doing, to be honest with you. I don't know how it like does anything, but we'll see. See if I can lose to it, and then I have to quit Magic forever. I think I would have to quit Magic forever if I lost to it, which would be pretty unfortunate. But just gonna do this on my Market Watch Phantom? Does this hit? Oh, it's only creatures, okay. I'll be advised. Do I want to trade? Not especially. So the problem is that I could flip this up and then crit the clue, or I could flip it up and then just play Scapegoat and attack for like a bunch. Play Inside Source plus Scapegoat and attack, which is the most mana efficient thing to do. Then next turn I could maybe draw. I'm being slow because I don't know what is the right move. I'm actually going to do this. And I think if they want to trade, that's probably good for me. I probably should have attacked first. Yeah, I think if they want to trade, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm ahead on board. And they're just going to trade. So what did they trade off? What did I get out of here? I got that thing. That's actually, I'm actually pretty happy with that deal for me. I think that's probably not that bad of a deal. It does unlock their cryptics, I guess. I don't care about that. More ramp for stuff that like doesn't matter. I guess not having access to that flyer is pretty bad. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe this is just bad. Maybe I'm supposed to not be trading there. Might just be terrible. That is a Topiary Panther. I'm just going to binding it and smash, I think. Put them to like 10. 11. That's pretty similar to 10. So now if they have something really good, I'm just gonna die. Oh, I get to investigate? Sure. That's like, I'm pretty happy about that. I'm not, like, it's obviously not like perfect, but suppose I'll draw first. If I find a third land, I'll play Inside Source. Okay then. I'll be playing Inside Source. So they did Wrath me. I don't know what, how are they expecting to cast this card? I don't really know, TBH. We are in for probably a bit of a long one though. Because I think, well, so they can flip that up and it's like not super amazing. I think I'm gonna draw first. Alright, well, I'm gonna attack with like just the detective. If they block with the bystander, that's fine. If they block with the face down card, or they just block nothing. Intriguing. Time to probably die to whatever this large face down thing is. Yeah, I'm having some regret. I don't know. Alright, that's fine. I'm gonna start investigating. I kind of don't want to trade up my Vengeful Tracker now, because if they ever crack a clue, they're just gonna start taking 2 damage. Just like pretty good for me. What is this face down card? Yeah, let's just get in there with the 2/2. I think the tracker's just gonna stay. Why are they taking this? I'm just very confused. Yep, you've investigated. morph. I'm gonna investigate again. This is pretty good. Hold on. How does this work? So I play Escape Tunnel. I can put it on Seasoned Consultant. Seasoned Consultant goes up to, well, so what if there are lifelink guys. So I can make this, target creature power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn. I can pump this up. This is, hold on. It's 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I have lethal. It's just a question of, you can't be blocked. And I'm going to attack with all 3. Oh, I don't have lethal. Oh no, I do have lethal. Me just not being able to count. So they're probably going to flip some stuff up. They have like a thing that it flips up and interacts with this. You know what I mean? You just can't win them all. Crack, take 2. What do you got? Alright, we got there. Shout out Escape Tunnel. Getting there. And shout out to my opponent for not blocking my 2-2. I don't know. That was kind of weird. If they just had traded off their 2-1 for my 2-2 at any point, they probably would have won that game. If I hadn't traded off and made the flyer, I might have been in a better spot. I don't know. There were a lot of different lines that could have been taken. Remove the Topiary Panther, which I think was right. Ended up being their biggest threat, so that was probably good. I should be checking, you know, and when the game ends, it reveals all the morph cards or the disguise cards. It's like fun to look at those. I should be doing that. Oh, look, it's Geardrake. Hello, Gleaming Geardrake. Hopefully I'll be able to cast you and I'm not just like throwing by having you in my deck, but red, green, beats. Okay. Red, green on the beats. I've seen a lot of 2-mana passes of this format so far. I think that's not going to continue as the format persists, but we'll see. Double flying means that, you know, it goes even higher into the sky. So next turn we're going to just attack all, probably. I guess they can have, it depends on if they have the thing to flip or not. If they do, they could block Inside Source. So I probably can't attack with Inside Source if they have something flippable. I guess we'll see. Okay, well they don't, so now we're just going to jam. I kind of want to just jam all, and if they let me use 2 Auspicious Arrivals, then great, and if they don't, also great. But I still just want to use one. Not really. I'm just going to play the Vengeful Tracker. Little bit telegraphed what we got over here, but that's okay. So now it becomes a little harder. So they have Dogwalker. Means I can't attack with my Inside Source. We're gonna save this. Although I guess I could fetch a blue source to catch my get my Gleaming Gear Drake into play. Interesting. All the 2/2s I think are just gonna get in. I don't think it really makes sense to use the inside source because they can just flip the one that they have. So I think I actually do want to play the escape tunnel. I guess we'll wait then. 1, 2, 3. See what they do. This has to be Dog Walker, I believe. I guess they could have Lightning Helix. I'll go for the double. And then I think I'm going to play Escape Tunnel, fetch blue, and play the Gear Drake next turn. Because then I can like draw a bunch of cards off of it. Like I'm gonna play Gear Drake. This is gonna trigger. I get to like draw 2. All right, I will fetch a blue source for Gear Drake. Oh, that's a good card too, but this is a little bit better. So those can flip up for like whatever now. I'm gonna draw once. It doesn't have haste. For some reason I thought it had haste. I'm just gonna attack with the Phantom. There is the big thing with reach, so that does exist, but then I'm gonna end my turn. Because there's nothing I'm really gonna be playing. Oh, that. Okay. Sure, I suppose. So actually the big thing with reach is one more expensive, so now next turn they'll be able to flip that up. They did have a flip guy. Kill my Gear Drake. I'd be sad. Yeah, you got me. you know, we're gonna cry, we'll laugh, we'll cry, you know, there's gonna be, are we gonna tap a land? Let's draw another card off this. I think I want to just go inside source plus, or I could play Hazada Vigilante plus whatever. I think I'm gonna, well, if I play the Vigilante on the Marker Watch Phantom, next turn I'm doing more damage and I get to draw a card and it's more mana efficient. Or I could play inside source, attack with it this turn. Yeah, I think I want to just play the Vigilante. Let's put it on you. And then no attacks. Yeah, next turn I can then start getting in with it again. Or are they just binding it? You have chosen poorly, I think. Maybe not, who knows. Nope, they have not chosen poorly, they have chosen very well. Well, now I gotta figure out a way to... Let's draw a card. Oh, I figured they probably weren't attacking me. Oh, that can... I think I'm just gonna block with Vengeful Tracker. I'm surprised they're giving me the option to do this. I don't know how good this morph is, but... Oh, because of 3 more damage got dealt this turn. Type beat, I getcha. I see, I see. Well... What did I got rid of a crocodile for that, though? That's like a great deal for me, I feel like. It's another not target non-land permanent, so I can actually exile the binding, get back the vigilante. Alright, let's see what they got. They're gonna play a novice inspector. That's not great. It's obviously not great for me. Yep, they're drawing cards, makes sense. Do I want to give them a 2-2 and flip up my whatever? So we're close, right? I have 2, 4, 6. I guess they don't really have great blocks right now. Okay. That could be bad, but we'll see. I'm not going to do it yet. See what we draw. Okay, I like this. So hold on. Yeah, put this on the 2-2. I can exile. Oh wow, that's actually really strong if I do that. Let's do this. You. No, I'll just attack with this one. If they want to double block, I think I'm pretty happy with that. They are just going to double block. Surprising. Didn't want to go to 2. They're going to 2. They don't know about the escape tunnel, which is why. This doesn't gain them life, it just makes them a bunch of 2-2s. Importantly. And it is important. That gains them life, though. It's pretty annoying. That does not do it. Alright, we are going to win this one. Escape tunnel once again. And escape tunnel plus inside source is just like really like a good way to finish games. Having 2 escape tunnels in my deck is super nice. It's just such a good card. Escape tunnel. I mean, how many? So this is like now we're begging the question: how many escape tunnels should you be running? And it's just like, is the answer just like in any deck 3? Because before with Evolving Wilds, you were pretty much supposed to run, I mean, in my opinion, you were supposed to run 2 Evolving Wilds in every single deck that I played. I know some people that were more like, obviously not monocolor decks, right? Monocolor decks that don't use the fixing piece, you don't want to run it. But even in monocolor decks, like, I might run one of these in a monocolor deck in this format. Like, if it was like mono white or mono red, I could see it, right? Just having that reach, the inside source combo with Escape Tunnel is just so good. It's just so good because you can get in for 4. You can make it unblockable, then get in for 4, and just like that's just how does your opponent ever really win there? It's not easy to do. It's not easy to win from that spot. I will say that. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna have to go get white here. But, you know, I can live with that as part of my life. I mean, playing Seasoned Consultant on 2 is not a strong opener by, like, any stretch of the imagination, but, you know, it does, like, this flips up and then it triggers. Like, it's not so bad. I really don't want them to actually block. I guess if they actually block, it's fine, and like then they're like it's I don't want to deal with the thinking about whether or not I want them to block. I don't want them to block, so I'm just gonna not. This card's gonna be great next turn because of the way that this lines up. Potentially. Oh, that's a lot of evidence that they can already be collecting. That's a high amount of that. I have to attack with 3 or more creatures. Well, in that case, I think I'm just going to put this face down. Or I could flip it face up and play Vengeful Tracker. I just play Vengeful Tracker. Well, play Vengeful Tracker now and then pass. Okay, that's pretty good. I guess if they were to... Well, if they attack... Am I blocking? Probably not really. I do want to have 3 attackers. Yeah, let's just no attacks. I don't love it, for the record, but... I can just double block here. As bad as it looks. Oh, they surveilled the Zoni into their graveyard. I have already lost very, very badly to a Zoni once in this format. Because the card is extremely good. Opponent gonna kill my Vengeful Tracker, potentially. A lot of multicolored decks we've run into so far today. I mean, I'm playing 3 colors. We're gonna quite dividend 6. Yeah, this is fine. I think I'm fine with sacrificing my Vengeful Tracker, yeah. You are going to maybe regret this attack. What are they putting the +1/+1 counter on? I guess we'll find out. I think I'm just going to kill the Sample Collector. Oh. Well, so I could potentially cornered Crook next turn the Sample Collector if I flip this face up and just let this hit me. This dies, I make it 2/2. I think I'm just gonna block it. Turn it face up. Live with the, you know, my sins of the past, right? This will go face down. I can attack with my 1/1 flyer. And we're still in an okay spot, right? So I can eventually sack the 1/1 flyer to deal 3 damage to something. They can get a bunch of lands into play, and by a bunch I mean like maybe 1 land currently. They do probably have recursion for that thing, or like they could have, there's recursion like in the game that exists for it. So wouldn't be surprised if they had that. I think we're attacking all, right? Definitely attacking with this and this, I think. So I'll attack with Seasoned Consultant. How do they block the Seasoned Consultant? If they just block it with Aftermath Analyst, I can live with that. Yeah, I think I'm just going to attack with all. This is fun. Oh, this is the only block? Down with that. Play Inside Source. Inside Source really helping out here. So this face down card can really do a lot of damage to me, but you know, only so much they can be. Turn 1 land. I guess that's allowed. They can also do that in response to me using the combat trick, which is pretty bad for me, so I guess I have to keep that in mind. By keep that in mind, I mean, like, don't do it. Like, don't actually. I think I want to play the Vigilante on the flyer, I guess. What if they have the big reach dude? They definitely could have it. This does make this cornered crook worse too. But I'm gonna just attack with this. If they have the big reach guy, I have literally not seen it one time during this format yet, so It would be somewhat surprising if they had it. They do actually have it. Oh no, they have Aurelia's Vindicator. That's much worse. I guess they're getting back Azoni and something else. Yeah, this is not good for me. Don't think I'm gonna beat that, honestly. I don't really know how I would. I guess the answer is they'd like tap out for that, and then they for some reason blocked. Like heaven forbid blocked my creature. I guess I'll put the counter on the. Have to do this trigger ordering correctly. Yeah, alright, let's go. Definitely these three attacking. Is Inside Source also attacking? I think the answer is no. So if they block like this, they go block. They could double block and then just take 4. Yeah, I think I just want to do this. Resolution order. I would like this to resolve first. You. Yeah. We'll live with that. It is when it enters the battlefield or attacks, so be advised that I'm probably just going to be crying myself to sleep when they attack with it and make 2 spiders. Because I can't really do anything about it. So the opponent has the Abzan just nuts over here. We've got Azoni plus Aurelia's Vindicator. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. For sure. Beating my commons. Do have answers to Azoni. I guess I have to block. Like if they attack, I pretty much have to block. I don't have that much of a choice. I don't know. I kind of have to block, but like if I block, I'm kind of dead. If I don't block, I'm kind of dead. Well, I did remove their 5/4, so there's that. What if they have any recursion at all? Let's just pretend they don't. My lack of artifacts for the cornered crook happening now is kind of unfortunate. You're a detective? Alright. Well, welcome to the show. Alright, I'm still in this game, technically. Like, this cornered crook can now remove something, potentially. It depends on how good their face-down card is. Do they really have the recursion? Because if they have the recursion, like, good for them. Like, I can't. If they have the, like, macabre, whatever, reconstruction thing, I mean... Yep, suppose. I don't really know... Please put it on that one. Okay. I'm just gonna block this because I want to. Alright, I mean, you can kill the homicide investigator, which is pretty decent. I believe it's supposed to go at you. Oh, they have the rakish scoundrel. Well, numbers not really... I mean, actually, that's not... Honestly, that's not that bad. It's bad in the sense that I can't really block the rakish scoundrel, but... Like, that thing being alive isn't a complete disaster. I'm not favored, but all right, that's probably enough. Is this sacrifice? Yeah. All right, you got me. I'm pretty dead. I don't think I can really beat that because I'm taking like 10 damage and then they're drawing like 3 cards. So I don't have enough. I don't have enough juice. I don't have enough juice in the tank to beat that one. You could not concede there. I think not conceding is probably fine. Conceding, I think, is also mostly fine. Don't love this, but I'm going to keep it. You could not play this on 1, because I don't really know what the second color I'm going to need. Actually, I need a second red. I know what I'm getting. I know what I'm getting. I don't know why I'm holding this up. I should just do the thing, but it's going to be a slower game for me on the draw here. Let's go find my red source. Okay, we found a novice inspector. Pretty good find, even on turn 2. Still not that bad. Would have played it on 1 if I had it, but didn't have it, but that's okay. So I'm going to play the Granite Witness face down first. I don't know. So this is very likely Fairy Snoop, I would think. Like, very, very likely. So we'll treat that accordingly. Against, like, Island, Swamp, Swamp, right? Pretty likely to be. Interesting here. Fortunately, it's looking like I should have gotten... Yeah, I'm gonna turn this face up. You can get tapped. Yeah. Attack. I have created a Granite Witness. They're just gonna kill it. It's not great for me if they kill it. I'm in a pretty bad spot. If they do manage to kill my Granite Witness. Am I blocking? Probably no. I don't think I really see an enormous reason to block. I do have 2 Auspicious Arrivals. I do have a Binding. I guess the Binding is also okay. Like, it's probably pretty good. If that is Fairy Snoop face down, which is pretty likely... So they're just gonna kill this. It's a little bit of a nightmare if they do. At least this doesn't necessarily use white mana to get put face down. Interesting. I like no blocks. See what they do here. I was like 99% sure the face down card wasn't getting flipped up. I could have blocked the Cold Case Tracker, I just don't think it's like great. Draw a card, try to find more white sources. It's a haster. I think I want to just play. So what if I just played Gadget Technician? How bad is that? Seems kinda okay. Can't be blocked as long as you sacrifice an artifact this turn. The alternative to playing Gadget Technician is playing inside. This is ETB or turn face up. I could go inside source plus scapegoat. do want to, like... It's a tough one. I think I like Inside Source plus Scapegoat, actually. Because they're going to be pretty unlikely to be able to sacrifice an artifact, I would think. And then now I have this 2/2 to block their ground creatures. This is like the highest, like, yeah, this just makes the most board presence. Like, just the most different things. Coerce to kill. Yeah, not great. I'm down for this trade if you want to do that. Is it permanence? It's just creatures. Rude. This is the Unyielding Gatekeeper is not actually very good against that. Do get a one flyer, so I can suspect something else. You can attack with that and that. I can attack with Scapegoat and the 2/2. This isn't great for me. I think I want to kill their face down creature though. Still doesn't like quite get there, but what did I get rid of? It was a Fairy Snoop, I was right. And I think I want to put this face down because I have less. Yeah, let's put this face down. Surveillance monitor, that's pretty annoying. It's not great. It's certainly not great. I think I just need to kill the Cold Case Cracker here. Unfortunately. And then I want to play the Unyielding Gatekeeper face down. No, I don't think I can do that. I'm not happy about this. I'm gonna get hit for 1. What is going on over there? Very confused. I think I want to exile and return my own thing here. I think I'm just gonna... I shouldn't have played the Market Watch Phantom first, obviously. I just wanted to... The auto tapper was annoying me. I was just going to block my 1/1 flyer, I think. They're going to not do that. I'm very... Do they have the Wrath? They must have the Wrath, right? Do I want to save this? Doesn't really do anything for me to save it, but yeah, I'll save it. Okay, they were just off it at that point. Shout out Unyielding Gatekeeper, doing the thing. Being good for me. It is still a little bit awkward of a card, for sure. But it does play pretty well. Alright, we made it to 4 wins. We're climbing the ladder. We are climbing the ladder, ladies and gentlemen. The gaming situation here is what's going on. That's what we're doing. I am maybe gonna keep this hand. Let's do it. So there are reasons I kept this hand. I can play a 2/2 and then I can play the Gatekeeper on 3 as a morph, and then maybe I'll be able to flip it up at some point. I do need to draw white mana, but I think, I mean, this is the matchup. It's going to be probably pretty bad for me, but we'll... Oh, they probably should have... I guess it makes sense to play it, but... I think it's especially great. Okay, this is face down. What's the likelihood that this thing can actually block? Pretty low. I don't think that it's going to be able to block, like, literally ever, so... Oh, okay, well, that wasn't the reason I was expecting it. Was expecting it to not be able to block, but yeah. Alright. Sure. So that would have been a good reason to not... I shouldn't have attacked. I don't think I was supposed to attack. The 2 damage is just never worth it. What I should have also not done is kept this hand. That was bad. Let's do this. I'm still very, very dead. Like, extremely dead, because I don't have white mana. Oh, now I have white mana. I mean, it helps, but it doesn't really do enough. God, if I had just not attacked, we would have been fine, because then I could double block. It still would have been bad, because then they would have just galvanized, and I would still be at, like, 10. 10's a lot more than 5, though. They just have to play 5 creatures over the course of the game, and I just die, so... And if one of them is anything, like, small, I'm just dead. So it's not looking great. That's not the worst. I probably have to double block the Mask Maker and just be extremely depressed about it. No, I think I have to double block the Market Watch Phantom. I know it sucks, but it has to be done. Problem is now I'm going to 1 and I'm just dead. Ah, no, I probably had to double block the Goblin Mask Maker. I don't know. I just really don't know. Oh, they had a haster. Okay, well. They got me. Alright, well, an unceremonious end to the draft, but, you know, the keep was, we knew the keep was going to be a little bit sus. And actually, I think it got there. The keep actually, I think, ended up being fine. On the draw, maybe a little aggressive, but that's how it goes. Sometimes, you know, we take a 4 and 3. You know, never gonna complain too much about a 4 and 3. And hope you enjoyed. See you next time.